Hello again. Now, President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa has delivered his message ahead of the new year. This is what he had to say.
My fellow South Africans, this is a special time of the year for all of us. It is a time for family and for enjoying quality time with those that we love. For many of us, this is also a time to look back at the year we have been through. It is also a time to reflect on the year that has gone by. It is a time to also reflect on our lives and our goals and our plans for the year ahead. It is also a time of gratitude for things that matter most in our lives, such as good health, a decent life, the love of family, and the companionship of friends. This has been a very difficult year for many of our people and our country. For the second year, we have had to contend with a deadly pandemic. For many families around the country, this is a sad time and a reminder of what they have lost. In many homes tonight, there's an empty space which was once occupied by a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, a child, or a parent. We pray for them all, for those who have passed away, for those who are ill, and for those who have lost loved ones. For many South Africans, the festive season has brought little cheer. Due to the devastation of COVID-19, many breadwinners have lost their jobs, several businesses have had to close, and millions of families are struggling to put food on the table. The second pandemic that I spoke about last year, that manifests itself through violence against women and children, has continued unabated. Earlier this year, the country experienced the worst attacks of public violence and destruction since the advent of our democracy. This unrest led to loss of life, to jobs being destroyed, and to billions of rands to damages that many businesses suffered. In the course of the year, we have lost men and women who were pillars of strength in our communities, leaders, activists, and veterans of our struggle for liberation. Tomorrow, the nation will gather in spirit to lay to rest our beloved Archbishop Desmond Mpilo Tutu. We've had to weather many storms in this past year. Yet, as we greet a new year, we know that better times are on the horizon. Notwithstanding the difficulties of 2021, there is much that we have to be thankful for. We can be thankful for the strength of our democracy. This year we held another free and fair local government election. We celebrated 25 years since the signing of our Constitution. Our strong democracy withstood a deliberate and coordinated attempt to challenge our constitutional order and undermine the rule of law. We can be grateful for the ability of the South African people to unite in times of crisis. In the midst of the unrest, many South Africans came together to prevent looting. They cleaned the streets and helped to rebuild ransacked businesses. We are grateful for our men and women who are on the front line every day fighting COVID-19 pandemic. As we speak, many of these men and women are on duty even at this hour. To our healthcare workers, our paramedics, to our emergency personnel, to our police men and women, to our soldiers, and to our many volunteers, we thank you for your commitment to heal, to serve, and to protect us all. We are grateful for the pioneering work of our scientists, our academics, and members of the health fraternity who are helping us to better understand the pandemic, to plan, and to respond accordingly. We are grateful for the resilience of our learners and educators, particularly during this year. And we are also grateful for our matriculants who had to write their final exams under challenging conditions. We are thankful for the nearly 18 million South Africans who have been vaccinated against COVID-19. Vaccination remains our best protection against severe illness and hospitalization for COVID-19. I want to call on all South Africans over the age of 12 who have not yet vaccinated to please go and get vaccinated as soon as possible. Vaccination is safe, it is free, and it is the responsible thing to do for yourselves and for those around you. We are grateful to all citizens who expressed their solidarity to other South Africans and have given what they can to help those who've been hardest hit by the pandemic. I speak of the help given to neighbors to pay rent and to buy food, of the community food gardens and soup kitchens set up to feed the destitute, of the millions in donations that were donated to the Solidarity Fund, and of the business owners who went out of their way to preserve jobs that could have been lost. As we strive to get more South Africans vaccinated, we must pay greater effort into rebuilding our economy so that people can support themselves and their families. During this past year, a number of critical foundations were laid for our economic recovery. Millions of South Africans received direct support through the Social Relief of Distress Grant, and workers in a number of vulnerable industries received wage support through the Unemployment Insurance Fund. We undertook several critical economic reforms to boost investor confidence and aid a sustainable economic recovery. This year, we placed our focus on promoting trade and investment on the African continent to ensure that we would benefit from the establishment of the African Continental Free Trade Area. In 2022, we will dedicate all our energies to create work and to fight poverty and hunger. We will build on the important progress that has been made in ending state capture and fighting corruption. We will continue to prevent corruption and successfully prosecute those responsible for malfeasance. We must work together to deal decisively with rising levels of violence, of crime, and crimes against women and children, and also against those who seek to sabotage our economy. It will be some time before the world is free of COVID-19, but if we all play our part, we can limit the impact that it has on our lives and livelihoods. We must ensure that our actions, our behavior, and our decisions over this festive season and beyond do not lead to more infections, more people ending up in hospitals, and more deaths. The hardships we have endured over the past year have brought us together as a nation. In this season of goodwill, we are reminded that generosity of spirit has always been our greatest strength. It is my wish that the spirit of solidarity, empathy, and compassion should continue into the new year and in the years to come. May the year 2022 be one in which we spare neither strength nor courage to build South Africa going forward. Let us build a better South Africa based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. Let us build a united, inclusive South Africa where we care for and help each other. And let us take to heart the words of our beloved Archbishop Desmond Mpilo Tutu when he said, "Do your little bit of good where you are." It is those little bits of good put together that can overwhelm the world. Close quotes. As we welcome the new year, I wish you all joy, happiness, prosperity, and peace. I thank you.